on everyone, Gilman with Live Healthy back with another video today, taking a look at Amazon as requested by one of you guys. Hope you're all having an amazing Thanksgiving day so far, or had a great Thanksgiving if you're watching this after the fact. So if you enjoy videos like this or want me to take a look at another stock, comment that down below or what your plans on Amazon are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. And also like and subscribe, it really helps me out as I'm trying to grow the channel, and it takes you literally a couple seconds to do it. So I really appreciate you guys. Hit record, let's get right into it. So actually, let's take a look at kind of what Amazon was doing for a while, and then what it did yesterday, Wednesday, being the last trading day, and then we'll kind of look into key levels of support, key levels of resistance, and what the future for the stock could look like. So for a while there, for those of you guys that watch me, you know that I cover Apple every day, but Amazon was kind of doing the same thing, right? If we take a look at this chart, it was sideways for a really long time. A lot of consolidation happening in big tech. Amazon, Apple, we're trading pretty similarly, right? The range here, as you can see, from the low, 30, 70s to the high being 31, 35, so about $60, $70 range, which isn't high considering, you go a couple months back, Amazon had an ATR of, over almost $100, and now the ATR is like 30, which is the expected move in any given day. And then Friday is kind of a day where it was up $67, 2.15%, looked pretty strong, and kind of moved up. And this is a video I was hoping to make before that because I was expecting it to move up at some point. Unfortunately, I didn't get to the video before it happened, but I do think there's a lot of potential, so I'll, keep making the video, I guess. So let me look at the daily chart here, and we'll get into kind of what I see in Amazon. So what I was monitoring is, a bull flag forming kind of, right? So what that means is the range is sort of getting a lot thinner than it usually would be, which means it's going to fire off. Now that doesn't always have to be to the upside, but typically it will be. And for a stock like Apple, for a stock like Amazon, I'm so used to doing Apple stocks. For a stock like Amazon, that typically would mean up, and I think we have a lot of great holiday sales coming up, combined with the fact that a lot of people are staying at home due to COVID, and as a result, we should see Amazon doing well in that regard as well. But what I saw was, going back to 9/21, which is September 21st, we are, gradually making a higher low, right? And then we are also making lower highs, which is kind of, as I said, reducing this range. We saw this period from, early to mid sort of November up until this week, a lot of consolidation. We were sideways. Now we're pushing up again. So the question now is, how far do we push up? And let's take a look at some support levels. So as you can see, the reason I really like looking at moving averages is this is a great example. So let's take a look at, so the blue line is the 50-day moving average, 31.63. That was sort of the middle of the candle. But if we take a look at the 20-day moving average, right, which is coming in at 31.36, our low for that day was 31.40, which is a really close bounce if we're considering, how close of a percent that is. So what I want to show you guys is, the past 2 days, the 20-day moving average acted as resistance, right? If we zoom into these candles right here, right? The top wick of the candle, which means the high point, hit right against that, and then when we got above it, right, our low point kind of was pretty close to that. Just something to keep in mind as we're trading. And now let's take a look at the EMAs, right? So we've got the 8 EMA. It's pretty low. It's at 31.32. I think that should act as good support if we were to fall at that level. And then we've got a lot of EMAs in the trading range from Wednesday. So we've got 31.45, 31.57, and 31.52 in the 21, 34, and 55 EMAs. So, those should hold up as good support as well. We are at 31.85 right now. So we've got, about $30 of a drop before those kind of come into effect. Just something to keep in mind. And the 89 EMAs all the way at 30.92, which should also hold up as good support if we were to fall all the way to that. Now, Amazon's a little bit different in that it can fall $100, and that's a normal trading day, right? Like this $67 is only a 2% jump. That's like a $2 move for Apple, which isn't considered a huge move, right? So just something to keep in mind, right? And then, moving back our like our high points of resistance would be 32.89, 33.22, and then 33.36. But more than that, what I'll be watching is if this sort of trend line holds up and if we bounce off of there, right? So I'll share a trade with you guys that I took on, but you know, if that holds up, then this upper trend line is sort of what I'm looking at for a resistance point, and to see if we can maybe break out of that. And if not, and if we go down again, I'm looking at this point as kind of support. Now at this point, you know, that line comes in at about 3012, and then the top line comes in at 3276, being our support and resistance respectively. But you know, obviously as the days go on, you know, the support should increase because it's coming up, and this resistance will come down because you know, that's sort of the way the lines are structured. And at that point, we'll kind of see which way it breaks out. It can break up or it can break down, kind of depends on how the market's doing, kind of depends on how the stock is doing as well. So those are kind of our support points, right? Our you know, other support point would be, you know, besides the EMAs and the moving average lines, would be kind of this consolidation range that we had going over here, which actually really nicely coincides with the 89 EMA at 30.89. So we've got that before we go down to test this range, in my opinion. And then on the upside, we've got you know, this, and then if we were to break out of this, then we've got some of the previous highs that we set in early November that should act as resistance as well. I personally, let me share a trade I took on with you guys. It actually expired. It was going to expire this week. It was the 3120, 3115 puts, which is a put spread, which means as of 11/27, now I'm out of this trade right now. I got out at 30%. I was betting the stock to be above 3120 by tomorrow, with this Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I put this trade on Monday, and that's sort of what I was looking at. Was it was trading between, you know, the high 3080 90s to 3120 30s, and I was kind of waiting for that to pull out, and now I'm out of the trade, made 30%. But that's sort of the reasoning for my trade. Is I saw the tight range that it was sort of trading between, and I really took advantage of that. Now I could have been losing money on this trade, but you know, the sort of breakout on Wednesday really helped me out. So hope you guys found that helpful. This range is what I'll be sort of watching for my personal trades. Let me know what you guys think, or what you guys are looking at, if anything different. And then as well as if it falls, I'll be looking at, you know, some of these EMAs and moving averages to hold up. Other than that, you know, I think Amazon has great potential, like I said, with a lot of people being stuck at home with COVID, the holiday season fast approaching, and a lot of people kind of looking at online shopping to fill their needs. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop that like, subscribe to my channel, and hope you guys are all enjoying your Thanksgiving break. And I'll see you guys for another video tomorrow. Until then, let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.